What up, world? We're going to kick it up here with TNT with the crew of Inside the NBA with, of course, we got Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson, Charles Barkley, and Shaquille O'Neal. Kind of want to see what their thoughts on Giannis Antetokounmpo losing in the second round to the Miami Heat and an early five-game bounce as he was injured the end of Game 4 or the beginning of Game 4 and kind of see what they're saying about his career and legacy. Of course, I'll give my take.
And the Milwaukee Bucks sidelined by the Miami Heat in 5 games. Giannis Antetokounmpo was a no-go Tuesday night. The Bucks went scoreless for more than half the third quarter, and the Heat rode their stifling defense and a dose of hero ball to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2014. Here is the way Game 5 would play out as Giannis appeared on the scene with that walking boot.
Kind of kick it over here.
One of those rare
End of
times
Game
when the
5.
Bucks failed
Pretty
to
much
score
Milwaukee
hundreds. It happened
loses.
only 4
Good
times
fashion.
this year, twice when Giannis did not play. So Miami advances to the Eastern Conference Finals, and
Real quickly, the thing I love about the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler, other teams with star players like Westbrook, Harden, LeBron James, they're expected and they put the load on themselves offensively to pretty much score 30 points a night, and they want all the glamour. But with Jimmy Butler playing the Miami Heat's offensive system, he plays in a team system, meaning he can score 17 points a night and they'll be good with. He can give them 30 points, they would still be good. Pretty much he can work things off defensively, rebounds and assists, and he plays off the ball. And pretty much with that style formula, it's going to lead teams to pretty much go deeper in the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to win the championship because I don't think when it comes to clutch time and durability that Jimmy Butler is that star player to lead you to a championship. I was very surprised they made the conference finals. I did not think they would beat the Bucks. I knew they were a good matchup for them, like in the regular season. I thought they would have lost in 6 games to Milwaukee. I expected more of Giannis Antetokounmpo, which wasn't the case. But kudos to the Miami Heat, and kudos to Jimmy Butler, who plays in a team system and is not selfish.
You sacrificed your body in so many ways. Can you describe to me the physicality that it required to knock off this Bucks team tonight?
It was tough. They're a really good team. Obviously, they missed their MVP. But we knew we was going to have to get one out the mud, and I think that this was the one. So this was the best one that we had as of late.
Offensively, you could just see.
percent shooting, and this Miami team rolled into a 5-game win.
We know they hang their laurels on playing defense. They did that. First quarter was very sloppy, but they picked it up. The good thing about the Miami team is they have a guy that can step into superstar mode in Jimmy Butler, but he allows his other guys to be involved, and, they just play normal. So on any given night, anybody can step up. Hero hit some big shots. Dragic has been big the whole series, and Crowder, I heard Reggie Miller say this is the best I've seen, Crowder shoot. So they play well, and 8-1. That's something very, very, something to be very, very, proud of. But the next series will be even more interesting.
I've stated before the season, a couple of my videos, that the Miami Heat, they're more of a playoff team than regular season. I didn't expect the Miami Heat to pretty much be pretty much a 5th or 4th seed in the NBA Eastern Conference and have a pretty much a stellar season that they did have. I thought they would be fighting for 7th or 8th seed at the beginning of the season. But kudos to them when it comes down to it. I always knew that they were definitely designed to be a playoff team. And we've seen here, they're 8-1, swept the Pacers, which I didn't expect that at all, and took down the Milwaukee Bucks in 5 games. Probably should have been 4, but here they are right now. And they're probably going to go against the Boston Celtics or the Toronto Raptors.
How do you sum up Milwaukee's season, Kenny?
Well, disappointing. I think, even before the injury, they were down 3-0, to this team. So I think it would be disappointing. This is a team that had aspirations to win an NBA title, had all the pieces.
Best record for the 2nd straight year.
Had all the pieces in place. Last year, tasted, getting to the conference finals and being so close. And for me, I think it would just be disappointing because if you look back and you say, well, where did they improve? There wasn't. There wasn't one glaring area that said this team got better at this year. And so I think that's where the disappointment lies more than anything.
And Ernie, as a player, I can tell.
Plus, you got to remember, they let go of Malcolm Brogdon. They didn't want to make the payments on him. They didn't want to overpay. And Indiana snatched him up. So that's kind of a thing no one's really talking about. Another playmaker on your team who can give you 18 a night, especially in the clutch.
And then you have to go home like that because now you have to start all over again. So, 50 games, 60 games MVP. Next year when the season starts, none of that matters. Now you have to start all over.
Season recap for the
As this is going on pretty much for the Milwaukee Bucks, they're in a weird position. Right, they got to make a big trade for Chris Paul. They got to fill in some filler pieces because this is going to be Giannis' probably last year. And now he's going to stay more focused on championship and not MVPs and regular season.
56-16 with Giannis, 5-6 without him. They won their first 5, lost their last 6 when he did not play. And you see the notable contracts. Chris Middleton and Eric Bledsoe, 3+ years left on theirs. And the question again is Giannis.
Well, listen, I hope Giannis does like a Michael Jordan or Dirk Nowitzki. Don't just be a chump and try to join another organization. Battle through it. Jordan just said, I'm going to get better.
Shots at Kevin Durant and LeBron James.
I'm just going to keep getting better. And they end up winning the championship. I hope he doesn't become a chump and just jump to another organization. Listen, I think I hope he signs the max deal this summer and say, I'm going to win in Milwaukee. Listen, I could join a super team and win, but I want to still have my own legacy and identity. But Kenny's right. It's disappointing. They did not get better. I do think they can learn something from tonight and the last 2 games. Because for the last 2 years, they just get the ball to Giannis at the top of the key and let him go one-on-one. And it works when you're doing the regular season, when you're playing, no disrespect, when you're playing the Bulls, Orlando, the Knicks, teams like that, you can win those games because you got more talent. But you play against a team like Toronto in the playoffs last year, the Heat this year, all your flaws show. But I thought the last 2 games, I saw more movement. I saw more ball movement, more body movement. And I don't understand why they don't incorporate that throughout the year. Because your flaws don't really show until you get to the playoffs against an elite team. So I like to say, I hope Giannis stays there. I hope he signs that max deal this summer.
Well, a season which
overall, kind of kick it off. I doubt he's going to sign the max contract. I mean, I could see it to happen, but as a smart move, even if he wants to sign the max deal with Milwaukee, and an agent pretty much will tell him to wait it out, see how the season goes, meet with other teams, and what the best deal they can get on the table, how the franchise is going to look with the different roster changes, trades, free agency, possibly coaching changes, and everything like that. So we'll have to see what 2021. Pretty much the Miami Heat exposed the Milwaukee Bucks. Everyone was pretty shocked. Same thing as myself, I'm not going to lie, of how the Miami Heat were pretty much just took over with Jimmy Butler to take that next level, shut down Giannis and Antetokounmpo, clog the paint too much to where Giannis couldn't even get going in games. There were some controversial calls in Game 2. I'm not going to go that far. The Miami Heat still had the advantage in the series, and they're probably going to take on the Celtics or Raptors in the conference finals. Milwaukee, as of right now with Giannis, a lot of stress on his plate. He's got to take a big leap and step to where he needs to make the finals next season. If he doesn't make the finals in 2021, I don't know. I wouldn't put him in that tier 1 as star players or superstar players. He'll still be a superstar, but he wouldn't be in that tier 1. In that tier 1, right now, I'm keeping Giannis in there. I have LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and then you can throw in James Harden in the mix, even though he hasn't made a finals. But I'll keep those 6 in there. But if Giannis doesn't make a finals next season, I'm going to have to take him out. Even though Harden hasn't made a finals, but he had to go against the Warriors 4 to 5 seasons, and they were a dynasty when it comes down to it. So pretty much my position is I expect Giannis to leave in free agency. I know his DNA wants to stay with the Bucks. Logistically, I don't know how they compare him with any other star players and trades or free agency, but I don't know. We'll see what it is.